Pablo. Okay, so audio testing. Early into my mic. That means that this here is the mic audio. What the fuck happened to my second mic audio?
No, that's the question.
Did he get turned into that second voice channel?
No. It made a second audio channel, not a second mic channel. Well, I mean, the desktop audio is coming in just fine from the headset for OBS, so fuck it, we're doing it live. I have no idea how this fucking shit works. Hello, Internet! This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9003, episode 94. Oh, SneakyDevil, we got technical difficulties. Max Force, is that in here? Is he just not saying anything?
Yeah, he's here.
Fuck you.
He's right there.
You are aware I don't have Discord up, right?
I was chiming in.
Literally was talking.
I don't remember.
And no one cared.
We got Nose Hair, we got Norwegian, and we got Gray. So let's get started. So before I actually get into the fanfic today, I do want to tell a little story about a fanfic server that I had a ban warning on.
Is it called Shiro's?
No, this is called Catfish's server.
Well, I mean, have you told them about the whole Shiro situation, Sneaky? Because that's been fucking hilarious. Yeah, it's been fucking hilarious.
A little bit, I guess. But yeah, so I'll just keep talking, and if we get to that point when we're searching for a fic. So anyway, I was on the Catfish's server. Catfish, as we all know, has been a featured author here on this podcast before.
For better and for worse.
And
yeah, mostly worse.
So some guy stops into the writing help channel, and he's like,
"Oh no!
Every other server ignores me when I say this." Catfish is like, "Well, what do you mean?" "Well, you see, I'm trying to write what is considered an alternative universe in which one character from one story ends up in the world of a different fandom. And it's really disheartening because every single time I try to write it, I realize I'm having a lot of trouble because I don't know either fandom and it's a lot of work." And so I respond with, "Well, now I know why everyone on every other server is ignoring you."
Bruh.
To which Catfish responds with, "SneakyDevil, I'm warning you. Do not insult others on this server, or you will be banned."
Oh no. Whatever will Sneaky do.
Oh no.
And so
Whatever,
then I
will he
proceeded
do?
to say that wasn't an insult. An insult is calling him a low IQ dipshit who can't seem to put together why everyone is ignoring him when he explains his idea.
Yeah.
Which he, of course, goes, do not argue with a mod. I'm not arguing with a mod.
Of course.
Me arguing with a mod would be sitting here wasting time and effort to explain to you how you're fucking retarded. He's like, I am sitting here trying to help people, and you just come in and you keep insulting them and making them feel unwelcome. Me.
You know?
Making people feel unwelcome is practically Sneaky's, like...
Yeah.
Modus operandi. It's his modus operandi.
Yeah.
To which I end the conversation with, Catfish, you could not pay me to give a single flying fuck. To which he then purges the entire conversation from the server logs.
As you do, of course. The old Discord moderator strategy. Yeah.
Can I get a woo, lad?
Woo! Oh, and it's gone. He just vaporized out of existence.
Well, that's what this is all about. But yeah, Snaky, I think I did good getting banned from that server, honestly.
Which one? Catfishes?
Yeah.
It sounds
honestly,
like you
it was
dodged
okay for a while,
bullet
but
and a half.
and I had a lot of fun radicalizing a lot of the people on the server and the politics channel. That was fun.
Yeah. I was just racing there, so I got banned.
But I honestly can't feel a lot of investment on that server at all. So I really couldn't give a shit. Also, one of the mods recently, who just got promoted, by the way, tried to threaten me again to ban me in the politics channel because someone came in, was like, Trump wastes millions of dollars by literally throwing it into a fire pit. And I'm like, okay, post proof or shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. I don't fucking care. Just, if you're gonna say shit like that, just post proof. Okay. And then the
post picture of chicken, where's the proofs?
The mod comes in, he's like, you can't say fuck here. I'm like, alright mod, I need you to step the fuck down and get off your fucking power trip. Then the mod apologized to me.
And then everybody clapped.
I'm sorry, you cannot say fuck on the server. It is a Christian server, sir. This is a family-friendly...
I have some very unique interactions with authority.
Don't fucking say fuck on my Christian Discord server or you're going to hell.
But anyway, we've waffled on a little bit too long, so let's get into it tonight. How do you guys feel about reading? Who knows?
Implying I actually read.
DxD. Oh no, didn't we do a DxD story last night?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
The one that didn't make sense, where Rias is like, I wish I'd left you
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
Rias was like, how dare you say that you care about me? I'm gravely insulted.
That was everyone else saying that.
No, that was Rias included in that.
No, Rias was I would say he is correct. Rias was absolutely included there. No, Rias was busy grumbling about having resurrected him.
I mean, yes, but that was part of the process.
She would have. Yeah. TXT is not a particularly difficult story to grasp, but the characters are fairly easy to grasp as well.
I did come up with a fairly amusing, cracky-ish story idea, though, for a DxD story. It's a Destiny crossover.
Oh no.
In which the main character is isekai'd into the DxD universe as a war mind on Mars. And the first notification they get is mission objective, survive, time till contact, 200 days. And that's it.
Destiny crossover. Objective survive. You could have, honestly, given the amount of character the quote-unquote main character has, you literally could have just made it Noble 6. It'd have been fine.
What?
Non-character.
Do you know what a fucking Warmind is?
No, I do not.
Then shut the
I don't
fuck
play
up.
It's a giant fucking satellite, you idiot.
Okay, that makes...
Yeah.
Basically, think a supercomputer that spans like half the planet. That's what a Warmind is. It's an AI.
Also, it may or may not possess an intense desire to murder humanity. That remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
at this point, who doesn't?
I'm feeling we need something good.
To be fair, Kate 6 didn't want to kill humanity.
That's fair. Yeah, but he died, so...
How well did that work out?
Oh yeah, here we go. No, guys, I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Warhammer Avatar.
Oh no.
Oh god.
This can only end...
which Avatar?
No, it doesn't matter. This can only end positively.
Can it though?
Disgusting.
And
I agree with the dog, honestly.
Okay, here we go. So this is Warhammer Avatar.
Oh no.
It's it's Pocahontas sci-fi.
Yes,
okay.
the blue people, sex giantess. But speaking of giant people, I just want to say real quick. So I'm playing the new expansion for World of Warcraft, Shadowlands, the writing team. Clearly, someone on the writing team had a massive fetish for large women picking them up in their hand, because like 50, maybe 60% of the quests in that entire expansion pack end with a large woman, like 3 times the size of you, picking you up in their hand and flying you places.
Okay, that's...
So I'm really getting some fetish vibes, and I was talking with some other random people on WoW, explaining my TED Talk, and they also agreed with me. So,
getting a bunch of people on WoW to agree with you about that kind of stuff is not an accomplishment.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about that. I think that WoW's fetish team is, development team has a fetish.
Okay, hold on a second. We already knew that, Sneaky. Let's review the list of the female. Do I really need to talk about Sylvanas, or the Night Elves, or Sylvanas,
or the Blood Elves,
or Sylvanas,
or the furries,
or Sylvanas again?
I don't think Sylvanas is a furry. Probably, at least.
We can't be sure at this point, Sneaky.
That's fair.
She did have a lot of interactions with Gen.
So anyway, Warhammer Avatar crossover. It's called the Pandora Incident. What if James Cameron's Avatar had taken place in the 40K universe? Well, it would be.
We would all be dead.
It wouldn't be a movie. First off,
it would have been over a lot quicker than 2.5 hours.
Yeah, there would literally be the Imperial Guard lands. They kill all the natives.
Hold on.
They get the unobtainium.
Sneaky, you're skipping a step. First, an explorer fleet lands.
Right.
Then the Mechanicus finds awesome minerals.
Sure.
Then they find out there's a bunch of blue freaks keeping them from the minerals.
Right.
Then the Imperial Guard lands.
Okay, fair enough.
Then
it gets turned into a Forge world.
Very cool.
I guess so. Yeah.
End of movie.
In and out 20-minute adventure.
In and out like 10-minute adventure to be real.
Yeah, that's fair.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, because all the unobtainium is like A, super hard to break, and B, buried super fucking deep, so you can just lance battery that shit.
Yeah.
Why is
There's no infrastructure worth preserving.
There really wouldn't even need to land. You could just fucking burn it from the sky. Yeah.
Exterminatus the planet.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't want to exterminatus it. It has to be habitable for the people who go to mine there.
Yeah. Strategic value is unfortunately absolute.
Habitable is a very loose definition in Warhammer.
I feel like habitable is not really a loose definition when you come to this.
Actually, you know what? No, actually, exterminatus would work if they had a virus bomb handy.
Basically,
have,
as long
like,
as they
Well,
didn't.
That's not an that's not exterminatus. That's virus bombing.
No, there's a lot of
Virus
forms of
bombing is a sanctioned
exterminatus.
method of
It just so
exterminatus.
happens that blowing up the planet's the easiest.
There's like
Although
5
in this
different
one, I
types of
genuinely think the virus bomb
exterminatus.
would be the most efficient, because if they just turned all the organic life into sludge.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, virus bombing is always the more efficient way, except when you're dealing with orcs.
Actually,
But
fire is the more efficient way. It's always the more efficient way. Just lots of fire.
I would say
Well,
the
if
downside
you're
of the
trying
fire
to make-
is
Yeah, you're-
problem. The only reason the fire is less efficient is if you ever want to come back there.
No, you can just burn the whole place down. They'll run out of fuel eventually.
well, then
No, because part of the Imperium's exterminatus fire technology is literally, all right, we've lit the atmosphere itself on fire.
No. I just mean fucking just lots of promethium being dropped in the area. Just fucking go Vietnam.
Well, no, but if they're gonna do that, then just don't bother with that. Just fucking lance it from orbit.
Yeah, that's also fair.
yeah, like
But then you have problems
strategic
where-
bombardment.
but then you have problems with burning the atmosphere. But anyway, so we've already answered the question of what happens if this is the 40K universe. I don't really know why we're still discussing this story, but let's keep going. What if the Na'vi found themselves standing in the path of the Imperium of Men? We already covered this. They died.
We literally just covered this in 4 minutes.
Yeah, Warhammer 40K Avatar crossover. Now, maybe I could see a Warhammer Fantasy Avatar crossover.
What's that? The aliens are worshipping some Xenos life forms? Oh, smash it!
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
Warhammer Fantasy might work because
Tech level.
the space elves would like it.
Yeah.
In fact, the space elves might go, holy crap, they're more elfy than we are.
Yeah, the Wood Elves would kind of just be like, oh my god, we're literally ejaculating as we stand up, just at the thought of connecting with the tree.
Would Durthru be more or less angry with them?
Depends on how much they
A little
shit
bit,
in his
I would
woods.
say more. Durthu, at this point in time, has firmly reached the end of his patience.
No, firmly reach the end of their patience is Durthu's wife.
We don't talk about Durthu's wife.
I'm just saying, the Wood Elf campaign for Durthu is literally, alright, I'm done with these fucking mortals, time to kill the planet.
But
that is certainly an escalation.
His wife wakes up and is like, I am going to use magic to trick all of them into thinking that they're helping me save the planet while they kill the planet.
Yeah.
As you do, of course.
And yeah, Max, it is a little bit of an escalation because the first part of your mission is to kill the Wood Elves that you've lived next to for about 1,000+ years.
But ironically enough, some of the Wood Elves
Jesus.
still work with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Isn't that
Very
just
indentured
hold on?
servants.
Isn't that glamour though?
No,
Is-
no.
No.
Durthu does not glamour them.
Is this
No.
another Godzilla situation where old man yelling "Get off my lawn" and taking it to the next step?
well, I mean, considering the
Sneaky.
fact that he's like a
Old man with
6-story high
fire sword
tree.
yells, "Get off my lawn." That's the important part.
Yeah, he's a 6-story high tree that swings around a sword the size of a 2-story house.
On fire.
Good.
On fire.
Look, Sneaky. Sorry, Max. All we really need to point out is that the tree is so mad he's using a sword that's on fire. The
Yeah,
tree.
the tree is using a sword that's on fire.
Listen, there's fire-resistant wood out there.
He is not fire resistant.
Durthu is
damn,
not
wow,
fire
he-
resistant.
This is a fucking metal old man.
Durthu is just an angry tree.
He's a very angry tree.
That's still
It's
my favorite campaign. So the Wood Elf tech tree is so bad, and
the
their money
flavor.
growth is
Oh,
so
they
bad.
fixed it.
No, yeah, they fixed
I
it.
know they did, but the
They
problem
finally
is
fixed
everything
it.
about it was just
It was
horrible.
garbage, yeah.
And the faction that was meant to turtle, the only way they could seed was to be expansionalist or hope they never got attacked.
Yeah.
So I was the faction that's meant to expand early and fight a lot. So I'm over there fighting off. I was playing the Empire. I was fighting the orcs, Chaos, the dwarves, who hated me because I was teamed up with the Wood Elves, and the vampires. And I'm like, Sneaky, I need help. just a few more turns, and then finally I clean up everything in my area, and I'm just kicking Britannia in the dick.
I thought that what else were fine with
then,
orcs.
and then I emerge from the forest. I have finished farming.
All right,
I mean, that's
He
literally
emerges with like,
Durthu.
I think it was like
That is-
he emerged with like 3
Hmm.
full stacks, and I've got like 16 armies. I'm like,
But then I proceeded to kind of roll over everyone because tree units are fucking
that's
retarded.
true. You did roll chaos up for me. You did. I beat back invasions 1 and 2, and the trees rolled up invasion 3.
So, Gray linked me a picture. This is a really sick design.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, Durthu is great.
Dope.
That is a solid design.
Yeah, Durthu's definitely like up there in terms of like quality.
Why are Phoenix and Jort just talking about P5 just out of nowhere?
Why not?
Pedro, no, Brazilian.
No, when doesn't Jorp talk
Read more
about
of the chat.
completely irrelevant things?
Oh well, true.
But yeah.
actually,
So anyway, I love
what's kind
Warhammer
of-
Fantasy. It's so fun.
Honestly, Warhammer Fantasy is just like, even though Warhammer Fantasy came second, it really is just so much fucking better than 40k. Like,
It really
Rogue
is.
Trader is fantastic.
Like,
It
don't get me
seems
wrong.
like-
I
It seems
understand.
like it has more fun because it can do the power escalation without making it ridiculous.
Yeah, like Warhammer Fantasy came first, and then 40k was an April Fool's joke, and then people were like, "Wow, this is so fucking silly. I love it." And then they tried getting serious.
Well, no.
with it.
Rogue Trader was not a joke.
No.
Rogue Trader was a really weird.
They
made an April Fool's
the
joke.
original 40k was an April Fool's joke. The original 40k, like before it became like a serialized thing, they released it as an April Fool's joke, and that's where you
Right.
got the shit like the orcs had hot rods and axe guitars that spit fire and like
Oh, yes.
really silly
Mad
shit.
Max moment.
And, yeah, and the orcs were literally inspired directly from Mad Max for this. But then they started becoming serious, and they like released the official Rogue Trader. Then they like tried to start taking the universe in a different direction, and it's okay. It's got its cool ideas and moments, but it doesn't really have a lot of impact because you can't really get invested in any one character, since the kind of point of 40k is that everyone dies.
I was gonna say, and then they realized that was not a winning strategy.
Yeah. And so then they stopped killing people off.
And they started making people like Kane.
Which, well, Kane's great and all, you can only do that like once or twice before it just starts getting old. But with fantasy, of course, obviously it's fantasy, it's one world, you can have, investment in characters because
You don't have endless war. You can allow good you can move the plot forward without ruining
like
your
straight
core
up in the
concept.
fantasy. And in the fantasy version, there's just a city that's controlled by vampires, and all the Empire in Bretonia is just like, all right.
We can't really do anything about this one.
Like, everyone knows they're vampires, but it's kind of like bad manners to point out that they're vampires. And they're really not doing too bad of a job managing the city. So everyone's kind of just like, all right, well, it's gonna be a lot more effort than it would, normally take to root the vampires out of that city. So we're just
Especially
not going
since the
to.
peasants seem unusually cheerful.
But of course, in the campaign for the Total War, you obviously kill them.
Well,
but
sure, but in the campaign for Total War, you kick
everyone, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, what is it? Middenheim? Marienport. You kick Marienport. Marienburg. Portburg, shit-stained hovel, same difference.
It really is from Marienburg.
Anyway, so Pandora Incident. I can't believe it has been so long since I last created a fanfic. Oh, apparently this is an author's note.
Oh.
This is in fact the only second one I have ever posted. Yet I am even yet to complete my first. What a buffoon I am. As I am now significantly older than when I began writing Dark Future, my first fanfic. The difference in maturity should come through in my new writing, and though I will continue to tweak and contribute to that story to bring it up to speed with my new, more mature styling, I believe this will easily prove to be the better of two stories. Having checked the appropriate crossover section, it seems that I was beaten to the goal of making a 40k Avatar crossover involving the Imperial invasion of the Pandora. Curses! I wish to be original. But I suppose that I shouldn't have been surprised. It's an obvious premise. And
Is it?
No.
Like,
Not at all, actually, no.
The only way this would be an obvious premise to me is, what's the quickest way to stomp the Na'vi?
Yeah, that's literally it. It's the sort of scenario that comes around whenever you do a versus thing. Like, you know who would have killed off the Na'vi way quicker? The Imperium. And then you just
Lehman Russ.
Did someone say Space Wolves? It's like eyes.
I'm sorry. Now I just want the Wolfen eating the entirety of the Na'vi.
So my brain, for some reason, immediately jumped to, we have to summon the one man who knows how to handle fighting jungle people. Sherman.
Oh god, oh fuck.
Oh god damn it, dude.
Atlanta, no, get down.
Someone called the salamanders. We need their Shermanness.
No, okay, hold on. The Salamanders are very nice people.
Yeah, no, very different from Sherman. They're like
nice
fire,
to
but...
humans.
Sherman wasn't nice to humans.
Yes, but in this instance, the Na'vi are not human. The Shermanness.
No, men. Do not loot their homes. Oh, you're not gonna loot us. Board up their homes and burn them inside. We must continue on. Sherman should be glad that he was not part of the Geneva Conventions.
He would have been a sad man.
I've got the best crossover.
Okay.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Astra Militar General.
Just like a reincarnation in Isekai. Oh man, let's go with an Isekai. Yes. I like that idea.
Oh god, oh fuck.
At the end of his life,
Sherman
the Emperor
gets
appears.
isekai'd.
I have a man with your I have need of a man with your skill and uncompromising moral fortitude.
Oh.
That's certainly words I could use to describe that. I'm not sure if those are the exact words.
Hang on.
But we'll go with it, sure.
I'm wondering what the minimum force necessary would be for the eradication of the Na'vi. No, it's really easy, honestly. Just do to Vietnam. Just do to the Na'vi like we did to Vietnam.
What's the force? What's the limit on how much we can destroy them? Yes.
Okay, listen. You know what? In order to make this a challenge, you get a 500-point army. That's it.
You gotta just
still win.
Rename it to Na Vietnam.
Me spamming Sisters of Battle.
Na Vietnam. All right.
I mean, hey.
All right. No, that's fair. That's fair. Well played.
Yeah. How else are we gonna get rid of all this Agent Orange I've got stored up?
God fucking damn it.
I bought it for a reason, you know.
Surprised at your premise. You love Warhammer 40, as I do, and I want to capitalize on James Cameron's hit film. I have decided not to look at any other story in this section before I finish this one. So I do not consciously or subconsciously plagiarize from other stories.
I didn't realize it was a 2010 story.
Yes. If you wished to do a crossover between these two franchises, but have been putting off by existing works, I personally would love to see one about a Tyranid hive fleet eating Pandora. Okay, that's just a one-shot, though. It wouldn't actually be Like, this is the same shit that I was talking about with Leaf Ranger back in the day. Oh, well, what if the Zerg invaded Naruto? The Zerg would win. It would be like an in-and-out 15-minute adventure. Like, there really isn't a story around that, you know? The Zerg won. Like, even the Protoss, who have technology specifically meant to kill Zerg, and the Terrans, who just have a lot of fucking gun, don't always win against the Zerg. And you want a bunch of backwater medieval fantasy people to try and win against the Zerg? Really?
I feel like the only time that they would stand a chance is when we get to where it's literal wizards throwing continent and, like, satellite destroying attacks. And that takes a while.
Well, I mean, it's not even that, because at the end of the day, you can't win against a species that is extrasolar when you have not left your solar system yet, because they're just going to have more troops than you'll ever be able to destroy.
Every single troop that shows up.
Yeah, because eventually you're going to destroy your own planet in destroying the troops.
That do be how it works sometimes.
So, like, you lose either way. Either you lose by being overwhelmed, or you eventually use so many army-destroying attacks that you don't have a planet to live on anymore. Imperial Guard regiments, indeed. Anyway, so...
The Wall of Guns.
I'm not... blah, 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 ridiculous... okay, it would be ridiculously one-sided and over in less than 2 chapters. Yeah, you're right, it would be over in 1 chapter. Well, at least you acknowledge it.
It'd be over in a paragraph.
That given the opportunity, the Nids would love to contribute to Pandora's flora and fauna to the Hive. Not really.
Do they have anything really worth adding to the Hive?
No, not particularly. Pretty much everything the Tyranids do, I don't see anything on Pandora that could be...
Yeah, actually, no. If anything,
possibly the ability to directly interface with, like,
other hive mind.
No, see,
other creatures.
Gene Stealers, that's already a thing.
Yeah,
Gene Stealer.
Yeah.
And besides, the ability to interact with other things, that's a natural evolutionary portion of that planet.
Well, not only that, it's a literal organ that has to be specifically grown on the back of the head for those gross creatures. So, like,
yeah. Well, they can interface with anything in the planet that has that same organ. Like,
right, that's my point,
just
though,
a function
is like,
of the planet.
It would literally be pointless to be like, okay, well, maybe they can interact with other creatures then, and like, that aren't Tyranids, and it's like, okay, well, then they have to capture those creatures, then they have to grow the interaction organ on those creatures, then they grow their interaction organ on themselves, and then they interact with the creature, which is now like half Tyranid already. At which point, they're already half Tyranid. Like,
welcome to the family.
Now they're Tyranid again. It's like, nothing has been accomplished. Congratulations. You've just taken a large circular scenic route to the exact same destination. Biomass is biomass, pretty much, yeah. It would be actually a very, it would be a very biomass-rich planet due to its typing.
Forest.
But, no, it wouldn't be really that much useful outside of that. In regards to the Avatar timeline in relation to this film, this story effectively explores the hypothetical question of what if Pandora was in the 40K universe. One should read it with the assumption that nothing in the original film ever occurred, and that in this alternate timeline, the Na'vi are more or less the status quo they had before they ever encountered mankind. Whilst it almost need not be said, I do not own either of these fandoms, and this legal disclaimer applies to every other chapter of my fanfics. And then this author just goes out and fucking dead names the beta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, walls of text, I see.
Oh, good lord.
Use the stand. Zawal.
Okay.
Well. Zawaldo.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall.
It's just okay. So first ray of lights, winged Icarans, blah blah, angsties, and blah blah. He's like naming all the creatures that no one gives a shit about because they're about to all die because the Imperial Guard is showing up to exterminate them.
It's time to reintegrate this population of this planet into the fucking soil.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Every once in a while, Nose Hair busts out a good one.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that's basically the guard modus operandi.
Well, you just used up your one good joke of the year.
Hey, he's got good timing. We got a new year coming up.
I know,
Yep.
exactly, right?
It took me all year to come up with a good joke. Unlike Sneaky, whose Dota play causes people to laugh every single day.
What?
I'm saying you're bad.
Wow.
You fucking ruined it.
Yeah,
you. What you were ahead.
Mm.
Sorry.
I'm going to continue drinking.
I just want to
Understandable.
confirm something. What are the chances that Pandora wasn't found by at least one race before the 41st millennium?
Quite high.
Okay, no, it's actually
No,
kind
no.
of high to be honest, because there's a lot of planets that don't get rediscovered and get lost and rediscovered constantly. Warp storms are a thing. I mean, there's dozens of planets I couldn't name off the top of my head, but I know of that are basically covered in a warp storm that isn't directly affecting the planet, but effectively makes it impossible to get to the planet. So it's kind of just cut from contact for a couple hundred years, and then it gets
Well, not only
rediscovered
that,
later.
that's not even counting the fact that how often does the Imperial Guard, right? We
Yeah, that's
rarely
fair,
ever
yeah.
hear it. It's never like been explicitly written about, but it's mentioned all the time. The Guard showing up to some planet and being like, "There's some fucking Xeno here. Like, there's some planet-bound Xeno here."
As far as
remove
I'm
it.
aware, most new planets are actually discovered by rogue traders.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A rogue trader finds a planet that's good with good stuff on it, but there's some kind of fucking Xeno there. So they get the Guard and they go delete.
Basically, it's like a linear progress timeline. A rogue trader wants to store stuff somewhere, so he finds a planet that he can land on, and he lands on this planet, and eventually over time he flies over something that looks really neat and cool, and he could probably make a buck off of it. So he tries to go get that thing. And then usually ends up uncovering a rune or a settlement or a ruined settlement, or some other crash ship or derelict technology, and then he either dies or he reports it at some point or sells the information to someone who then reports it, and,
Which then causes untold destruction throughout the entire
then
Imperium.
the Mechanicus show up, then the Necrons on the planet wake up, and then the Imperial Guard shows up, and then the Inquisitors start shooting everyone.
Sudo.
Eventually the planet's secured.
Eventually.
Not even mentioning warp travel goes back and forth in time as well. Yeah, that happens as well, yeah.
Can.
Okay.
Not always,
Fourth
can.
dimension.
Wasn't sure, because I've heard humanity was extremely good at colonizing the galaxy before they lost their tech. Yeah. That is a thing,
They were.
yes.
They were. That's an unquestionable fact.
There's also a lot of fucking planets in the galaxy. Like, I don't think people really quite grasp how many fucking
There's
planets there are in the galaxy.
upon millions of planets that are colonized.
Quote unquote.
No, straight up colonized by humanity.
Yeah.
Like you said, yeah, because that doesn't even right. That's not even counting the planets that are legitimately colonized, but humanity's lost complete track of.
Yeah.
Look, just because the colonists are in the soil does not mean they're alive, okay?
It
No,
does
I'm
when the
talking about
Necrons
still
start
alive
waking them up.
colonists.
They can be alive in the soil. The orcs make it work.
If it wasn't 40k, I would just assume they haven't found it. That's fair enough. But anyway, Yeah, so anyway, stuff happens, and it was obvious that what was flying above was no creature of flesh and blood, but of oil and steel.
They don't know what those are.
Yeah, they literally don't.
I don't think the author is talking from a Na'vi perspective. I think he's talking from a limited omnipotent perspective.
Yes, but we want to rag on this
Omniscient.
author, so stop
Omniscient.
stealing our thunder.
No, if he's writing from that
He's
perspective, then he's doing it
limited
poorly.
third person.
Yeah. The
It's
source
limited
of the
third person, so he's
turbulence
a
was the
idiot.
knot wings, with two cylindrical oddities mounted to the back of the object, propelling the ominous body forward. This is my more mature writing style.
So he's an
Yeah.
idiot.
It's kind of cringe, bro.
Extremely cringe.
I'm about to get racist.
Yeah, so Doom came to Pandora, confirmed captain, floating rocks, Auspex is blah blah blah, tech adepts, over. Confirmed lieutenant, well performed, cog boys,
No, hold
thrilled,
on a minute,
prove worth,
hold on a
machine
minute.
god.
Are they saying the ship is in atmosphere?
Yeah.
Because they don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's totally in atmosphere right now, apparently, and that's just not, that's not how that works.
Isn't that a bad idea with how big those?
It's literally why they don't enter atmosphere.
They are not ever designed to enter the atmosphere. Ever. Period.
Typically, when a Imperium ship is entering the atmosphere, that means it's either crashing or ramming something. Sometimes both.
It's usually both.
The foundries of Marge will surely benefit from such a potential fountain of raw material. To say
Not
nothing.
really. The planet's mostly covered in wood.
Yeah.
The
To say
Mechanicus
nothing of the
doesn't-
Imperium in general, be sure to report again from the forward base once our god friends have finished setting everything up. Ah, yes, that's how the Mechanicus talks. Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
no, they
I
don't.
mean, certain members of the Mechanicus make an effort to be more friendly.
You mean the robot fiddler demographic? Do we not want to talk about that group?
I'm not talking about that.
Excuse you. Their official name is the Toaster Fucker Brotherhood.
Anyway, so yeah, yes, they would bring this savage world under the Emperor's banner, and it would be an honor. Hold on, is this author British? Oh yeah, he's named British guy, so I guess he's British.
No, yeah. Safe to say. He's probably British.
Can't quite get mad at
See,
him for
I
that
was wondering why he was spelling honor wrong.
Well, I mean, the British have no honors, so.
Yeah, they
Yes.
wouldn't know.
They wouldn't know how to spell it. Can't be me.
not
So
wrong, it's not wrong.
Archmagos, will your adepts be able to solve our Auspex?
No,
Indeed,
there's
Captain.
floating rods. They can't do anything. It interferes with a basic function of it.
The floating rocks. They consume our Auspex.
Like, the Auspex is basically a shitty radar.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
God. Oh, I just noticed this guy uses single quotes for dialogue.
Yeah, that's because he's British.
Uh.
Yeah, basically, so the British do literally everything wrong, is basically how it is.
Well, I mean, Lupine doesn't use those.
Which I'm always
But-
amused by.
Yeah.
I would blame that on the fact that he mostly talks with Americans.
What's
I
Core's
guess.
excuse then?
Hmm?
What's Core's excuse then?
He is retarded.
What do you mean?
He
what?
He also does proper double
American
quotes.
English? Probably because he's an editor for a multinational magazine.
Actually, now that I think about it, I've gone through a good bit of British literature. Seems to more often be double quotation than just using the apostrophe.
Yeah,
that must be a really outdated form.
It somewhat is. Effectively, only Australia and some parts of Britain even still use it. And I don't know why we switched to double quotes for speaking when we're talking in narrative works. I couldn't tell you the history or the reasoning of it. But I think it makes more sense to be able to delineate between thoughts and speech. It's just, if you don't want to italicize everything when it's a thought, just putting a single quote around it just makes sense. Also, it helps when you want to quote something inside someone saying something, where you would do double quotes, the person's talking, but they're quoting something, so you then put a single quote inside the double quote to indicate that the person's quoting something in a quote.
Yep.
But anyway, we can probably blame the French. They're always behind it.
Those darn French.
Indeed. Captain, we have faced the ruinous powers on the cusp of Eye of Terror, the Emperor above. With all the support weapons at our disposal, I bet these savages won't even get us in range of their bows. Well, Colonel, it's good to see you have faith in Cadian discipline has not faded. Why would it ever fade? Literally, the planet was blowing up and Cadia still didn't fall.
Yeah. Now, no, hold on a second. I would say if this is actually post the Cadian explosion, there were a bunch of guard commanders who were absolute shits. Like, why do we have to do anything for Cadia? Cadia is fucking dead now.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. That's fair, but still, Cadia didn't fall when it exploded. So
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying there are a bunch of people in the Imperium who were absolute dicks. This surprises no one, I know.
No,
but
this surprises no one. So yeah, anyway, they're fucking around. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go beat up these savages. Haha, savages, bang bang. I have a question. What's your question? Senior officers were confident, blah blah blah. Captain, what's your stance? I personally witnessed the 7th Company fight against the Tyranids and succeed. Okay, so this company apparently fought against Tyranids and succeeded. Why are we even talking about this as a story? Clearly they're gonna beat the fucking savages. Like,
what if we did this thing? Proceeds to give every reason why this should not last more than a single chapter.
Yeah. Nodding in agreement, they're like, alright, let's plan. Little did he know the savages were having their own war council.
They would have no idea what the big floaty metal bullshit is.
Unless they spied on the big floaty metal bullshit and was like, oh my god, smaller bipedal creatures are pouring from the big metal thing. And clearly they're gonna go to war with us. Because that's the conclusion that you would jump to as a non-human who's never encountered humans before. In classic sci-fi fashion.
Gotta keep the tropes alive.
Yeah, gotta keep the tropes alive. Okay, but no, but real talk though, I think anyone that encounters the humanity once we get into space, I think it'll be like, we will be the equivalent of like finding like a rabid bear in the forest. And you're just like, oh god, oh fuck, I just gotta shoot this before it comes at me.
Just put it down.
We gotta put it down.
Take it the fuck out.
I just don't feel like humanity would give a really good
impression.
Yeah, might be right on that one.
Honestly, there might be a bit of like, oh wow, you guys actually got your shit together long enough to get out of your atmosphere for more than like a month.
And
good
now
job.
you're nuking each other.
Get off my lawn.
We're actually impressed you filthy humans made it out of your own atmosphere. Don't come near
I can
ours.
already see like the history sharing with another spacefaring species, like the whole first contact package thing. Like, hey, this is our history, and the aliens are like, all right. So they started off and they met other humans in other areas, and then they went to war with each other. Okay.
And then they went to war with each other.
And then they met other humans in other areas, and they killed those humans too. Okay. And then
Then
they just kept doing that for like 200 something years, and then then they had 10 years of peace. That's impressive.
No, Sneaky, you're forgetting the important part where they discovered genocide.
I don't think we discovered genocide. I think we invented genocide.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Well,
regardless of how you
fairly
want
sure.
to semantically state it, that part of our history.
Well, you
I'm fairly
discover
sure humans
gravity.
didn't even invent war.
You invent penicillin. There's a little bit of a difference. You discover fire. You invent gunpowder. But yeah, so that's, we're sharing history. It's like, oh yeah, and then we figured out thermonuclear physics, and they're like, oh, and then you catapulted your society into a clearly sustainable energy phase where you slowly phased out the rest of the need for unreliable resources. No, we dropped a bomb on each other using it. Oh, of course you did.
Then we did it a second time 3 days later.
And then we got to the moon. Oh, you got to the moon, and then you stopped warring on each other. Oh, we colonized it, and then we declared war on each other. And then we got to Mars. Oh, so you learned from the moon. Yeah, we declared war on them first.
Of course.
That.
The optimal solution.
You know what? It would be interesting if the story went, okay, so you colonized the moon then, right? So, actually, no, we just left it alone for like 50 years.
Is this the point where I repost the xenophobia song?
Yes.
Indeed.
Oh god, that thing again.
Hang on.
I love that.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. Did you just random aside? Did you guys hear that China decided to land on the moon?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I'm really curious how they're gonna do it. I don't think they can build a wooden catapult large enough to launch a Chinaman into
They've
space.
already done it.
Did.
Oh, they did it.
They
I'm
landed.
sure about that.
They're literally bringing back moon rock samples.
Because
it will be very easy to tell if they were live. Did they bring back the space rock? Yes or no?
I don't know. Because last time China said they were doing something, they said their dam wasn't breaking, and then it cracked. And
they also said that they had a certain event under control, and well,
yeah, they didn't.
We are now a year out from that event having first started. And
they also said they weren't genociding an entire population of their country, but they're doing that too. So China tends to say a lot of things that turns out to be the opposite of whatever they said they were or were not doing. So until we get some like non-Chinese funded proof that China actually did what China said they did, I'm gonna remain skeptical. Because I think we would have seen a lot more exploding rockets from China.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, they already dropped the rockets on fucking civilian populations. We have several cases of that in the last few years.
Oh, really? Oh, I never heard about that. Nice.
I can find you some links.
Yeah, excellent. Of course you did. Aliens' response to shit humans do. So yeah, we went to this new planet, and then we found a bunch of big-ass creatures. Did you kill them? No! We turned them into giant pack mules. My name's Dave. And then we killed the rest of them. They taste like chicken. Of course you did.
Speaking of which, humanity is very curious to find out if you taste like chicken.
Can consume. Yes. Actually, I would kind of really like to see. I don't think I've ever seen that before. A sci-fi take on humans being omnivores. Like that's what sets them apart from the rest of the spacefaring species.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Human, right? Human eats a salad. Human eats nothing but salad because it's all that's offered. Then they get some fresh meat on the ship. Human goes immediately to the meat. No, 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 human! You can't eat that. That's meat. I know. I'm been dying for some meat.
Yep.
I need
There you go,
Why did you
Sneaky.
eat the
That's-
soap? Well, it smelled good.
Yeah.
That's
And-
soap.
Oh, it was
It tasted
tasty.
like chocolate.
It was delicious. But
I
that's
found
made
5
of
different links for you,
lipid.
Sneaky.
I know.
So, there you go.
Human, why are you eating the drywall? I don't know. It looked tasty. Is it?
Delicious.
Human, why are you eating the Tide Pods?
So a new
Stop.
fad started. Oh boy, what's this time, human? Oh, well, we all started putting laundry detergent in our mouths. Why?
Why? Because
it's
the
funny.
colors on the laundry detergent looked a lot like fruit, and monkey brains say tastes good.
It's funny, you
Monkey.
see. How is eating poison funny? Oh, we do that all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, spicy food, technically.
Oh, that's funny, plant. You wish to be left alone. It is too bad that I enjoy the sensation of pain on my tongue. But you will now be consumed.
Chili pepper.
Exactly.
Oh, good.
A reminder that people love spicy food so much. The California Ghost Reaper exists.
The Carolina Ghost Reaper.
Just
Oh,
a
am I thinking
reminder that
California
humanity likes
Naga?
spice so much, we bred a defense mechanism to be a better defense mechanism because it tastes better.
Yeah,
And then
I know,
we
right?
made another one because that still wasn't enough.
Exactly.
And then
Uh,
we started crossbreeding the spiciest ones.
You know, you really gotta
Gotta go
give it. You gotta
further beyond.
really give it to ancient humanity, right? Because like ancient humanity sat there and was like, "Oh, this bean, can't fucking eat this bean," and then someone else was like, "Wow, that's a lot of bean." What happens if I put it into a pot of boiling water? So they put it into a pot of boiling water, and they're like,
Yeah,
"That
the
tastes
human-
weird." What if I ground the bean up, then put it into a pot of boiling water? Ooh, that tastes weirder.
No,
But
okay,
now
hold
I'm
on.
strangely energetic.
Sneaky, you're also forgetting the existence of things like milk and bananas.
Oh no, milk. No,
Yes.
milk's simple. No, milk is
I
simple.
must suck the cow.
No, milk is simple. It's literally like it's literally humans produce milk, other mammals also produce milk. Well, we can just harvest milk from other mammals.
Alright, fair point, but the banana.
The banana, yeah, that one fucking family that was determined to turn a completely inedible fruit into something edible over the course of 100 years. Like 5 generations of farmers had to pass of stubborn determination of fuck you, nature. I'm gonna make something edible out of you.
Like,
Yeah.
the banana's one of my favorite things. Like, it started out as this inedible piece of shit that no human should want to consume.
But someone said, "I want to put that in my mouth."
Yeah, also, a reminder, the brave ancestors who figured out what parts of a pufferfish you could eat, figured out that cooking potatoes makes them non-poisonous.
Oh, the beans
And-
too. Can't forget the beans. The beans is
Yeah.
a very brave one because
Or
the first
sneaky-
person to eat beans pretty much fucking died, and then someone else said, "Wait, hold on. But what if I cooked the beans and then ate them, and then they still died?" But then someone was like, "Hold on. But what if I cooked the beans, dried them out, then cooked them again, and then they didn't die?"
Yeah. Or anytime someone has looked at a poisonous plant and said, I bet I can heal a headache with this nightbane.
Hold on
No,
a
I'm
second.
gonna say, to be fair, just a lot of humanity's medicine is, this kills me. What if I just had less of it?
But what if I just had a little bit?
A reminder that cocaine was a common ingredient in headache
Yeah.
reducing medication.
Because it works!
A reminder, I
was-
believe that's how Coca-Cola started.
Yes,
it
it was,
a pharmacy thing with actual cocaine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah!
That was used for
Also,
medicinal
a reminder that we invented invasive surgery 200 years before we invented anesthetic.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a story for the aliens. So how long did it take from you figuring out anesthetics to doing, like invasive surgery? Wait, what do you
What do you mean?
what, did we get the order wrong?
Did we get the order?
Yeah, we kinda did, not gonna lie.
Also, the history of humans with firearms. So we built a really big gun. Oh, then you found out you couldn't move it, right? No, we just built something that could.
We just figured out a way to make it smaller.
No, literally
No,
the AC-130 and the Warthog are both planes that were built
you're
around the
forgetting
gun.
the railgun first.
The railgun?
Yo,
The railway.
Oh, the
cannon.
railway. Oh, yeah, the German railway gun, which is literally
Gustav.
required 2 railway tracks to move it. Yes.
Yeah.
The 300 millimeter.
No, not 300, like 700 millimeter.
700. Okay, there we go. 700 millimeter cannon. Literally can shove tanks into it.
100 millimeter.
Fuck you.
But
Many millimeters. Many
Humanity.
millimeters.
fucking random.
Yeah, it's no, actually 80 centimeters, so 800 millimeters. Even bigger.
And the only reason why we're going
Oh,
off
Germany.
about humanity is because we really just want to talk about humanity, because this story is literally it. That was it. That was the entire fucking chapter. Is the Imperial Guard lands and they're like, oh man, we can
Sneaky.
totally beat up these savages. And that's it.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
You mind if Casbat joins?
Oh yeah, sure, go for it. You make sure he controls his mic properly though. So
Yeah, sure.
I will
And
bump
observe
him. If
the the tiny amount of restraint that we expect.
I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
he has to turn push to talk on. To talk properly.
Shouldn't have to. Nope.
No, he seems to be
It's
fine.
not forced on.
It is required.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, I have everyone who doesn't have guest star role required to be push to talk until they, prove themselves that they, in fact, do not have screech mic.
That's fair, that's fair.
That's all good, yeah.
Oh my god, they made another new. What the fuck?
Yeah, what about another nuke?
We made another new pepper called
Oh,
Dragon's
the
Breath.
Dragon's Breath.
Which
The
is
Dragon's
two-
Breath has not been consumed by a human yet, out of a fear of the lethal amount of poison in it. That could
You know,
cause
as you
one's
do.
airways to close up in anaphylactic shock.
I mean, there's probably one TikToker you could convince to do it.
Wait, hang on. Ingesting one of these tiny oh my god, we made it the size of a rosebud.
Though the pepper was
What
not
have we
created
done?
to be consumed in the first place, no matter how many dumb ideas are currently in your head. According to
think we can get
Smith,
rid of
the
TikTok?
Dragon's Breath was developed to treat people who are allergic to anesthetics, as the pepper is
God.
literally so hot
Hmm.
it can be used to numb skin on contact.
Look at how small it is. Humans, why? Oh my god.
Wow.
What are limits? Never heard of them.
Go fast. Gets on horse. Universe. Okay, that's.
Do you think we can get rid of
cool.
TikTokers by making a
Imagine
Dragon's Breath
that
challenge?
up to a pepper bomb.
I know,
Fucking
right?
toss that shit- Fucking I just need one Dragon's Chili Rosebud. We're just gonna grind it up into a smoke egg
Yeah.
and let
yeah.
it fly.
Yeah, just burn the whole
No,
We
area
have
up. Yeah.
weaponized peppers.
Yeah, we've done it.
Yeah. Who needs pepper spray? You can just fucking take a chili pepper, grind it up, make a smoke bomb.
God. Fucking yeah,
Why do you
can't.
walk around with a rubber glove? Oh, in case I get mugged. What?
Fucking humans, man.
Exactly.
I've never heard about this until now. How recent is this? Is this a 2020 thing?
Oh my!
This
Is
was
it a 2020?
2017.
Oh, okay, good. Thank God.
2017. Oh my god.
I'm glad. I'm glad it's not a
It's already-
2020 thing.
Oh wow, this has messed up my Google search history. Dragon's Breath. Hey, you want to buy some Dragon's Breath shotgun?
Want to buy some
Okay, hold
gun?
on. You're Southern. We know for a
yes.
fact you want to buy it.
Yes.
Wait,
The
this is
optimal
only
shotgun ammo for hunting.
$25 for a 5-round pack. That seems really cheap for what that does.
$5 a round for
Buy.
Yeah, no,
Buy.
that's actually pretty good. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah,
Fucking
$5 a
Dragon's
round for napalm on the go.
Well, not quite napalm. It's
It'd be
magnesium.
crazy not to buy it.
Oh God.
Listen, he lives in the South. He can
Uh,
buy.
What the fuck is Pepper X?
You know, I feel like humanity. Another sci-fi story I would like to see is that to aliens, humanity is basically what we think of MacGyver as.
That's been done to death.
Has it
Isn't
really?
that space orc Tumblr thing that I always see?
Yeah,
That's usually
kind
the
of.
space orcs
Okay.
point
I've
to-
never seen that before. What series does that?
What the fuck?
Oh, like as a proper series? No. As like a bunch of fan fictions? Yes.
Oh, no, of course
Okay.
it's fan fictions. Obviously, I was talking about like actual like
So-
well
It's
thought
all
out
over
series.
Tumblr about people adding that sort of shit.
Oh, okay. So turns out there's yet another Pepper
Mm,
called Pepper X,
No.
and in theory, it
In theory.
theoretically hits
Oh, boy.
3.18 million Scoville units.
Okay, and
It
why
has
is it a
not been
theory?
confirmed though,
Okay.
because they haven't confirmed it for some reason.
You know what? I think they're I think to test it, they actually need to like grind it up and like you run it through chemical testing. But I can
Yeah.
imagine if they're theorizing it's at that level, they have to make sure their protective equipment is capable of blocking that out, because if that gets into someone's like if they
Imagine if
inhale
it's
some
our-
Pepper X dust and they just fucking die.
Imagine if it's so hot that it just
2.4
burns away the
numbs you.
chemicals.
Oh, it's made by the same guy who made the Carolina Reaper.
Oh, of course, he
That
didn't want to be outdone.
Doesn't surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a
Yeah, that's-
competition to grow the hottest chili pepper.
By the power of the
Yeah.
Geneva Convention, I have turned it into a checklist.
Oh.
Humans, we weaponized our
God.
food.
What is this garbage? All right, so time to make everyone cringe. Harry Potter, Fate Stay Night.
Oh, yes.
Herwald
Excellent.
von Eisburn and Philosopher's Stone.
I've read that.
What?
It's oh god, I've read that years ago. I think it had a sequel.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm sure it
It
does.
probably had multiple.
Yeah, it probably had a lot of them. I couldn't bring myself to care.
Oh yeah, Q-Gun. I've
Let's
heard
check.
that around.
Yeah, second.
Mm.
Only one sequel, it looks
Mm.
like.
The
Yeah.
Fifth Heaven Spiel has been averted with no apparent victor, but for Herwald von Eisborn, recently turned 11, a whole new adventure is about to begin in a world he left behind 10 years ago. Rated T for German cursing. Hold on.
Scheiße. Ein großverdammte Untermenschen or something.
I'm really curious about this phrasing. A whole new adventure is about to begin, implying that he just went on an adventure before this.
The adventure might have been appearing in another
he's the
world.
guy who wrote that. Oh, he's the guy who wrote that. Oh, God.
Ruby Lovania. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. No, no.
He's the guy who does Bloodstained Ark? Really? Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, it did once.
Yeah, it's fucking garbage. There's a reason why there's only one chapter of it.
Thank fuck.
Oh my god. Oh, it's this guy. Oh god.
That's a lot of
Shit.
content.
So it doesn't look
Right
like there is a prequel story to this one.
Nope. There is not.
Which just makes me even more confused at the exact phrasing of the.
But
I agree.
Hey there.
I believe they use flashbacks throughout the story to tell about what happened. Or I don't know. It's been years.
If that happens, I will just pour out a fucking Scotch glass of vodka.
I mean, I've got something that beats that, but yeah, I had it saved just in case I
Go
found it. I
ahead.
put it in the
Go
other
ahead.
fan fiction thing.
All right, let's get this show
I'm
on
gonna
the
start drinking
road,
stronger stuff,
man.
too.
For those of you wondering why this one's out and not some of my other ones, it's
me.
because the Harry Potter books are pretty much a linear plot.
No. Oh no,
Um,
that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
hang
is-
on.
Author, I hate to break this to you, but all books are a linear plot.
I mean, technically, choose your own adventure books exist.
True.
I mean,
Man's got a
yes,
point.
I suppose, but
Wouldn't really call those books by the standard definition, though.
yeah,
It contains a written story. Like,
it's
Yeah, but
it's like
fuck
calling
you.
a Mad Lib a short story.
Yeah. Like, if you want to stretch it, sure. But strictly speaking,
I'm just
no.
saying, technically, it's a book.
Yeah, and technically, you're alive.
Yes, that is a technical fact.
I mean, my
We'll
body
see how
is,
long
I don't
that
know about a
lasts.
soul. I don't know about a soul, but my
as
Oh,
body
such,
is.
Yeah.
please, you're too broke to afford to come do anything.
As
Yeah,
such,
but you're in
for
Chicago,
someone
dude.
like M, E, what? Why? That likes to follow the source material as closely as possible, it's relatively easy to get everything together quicker. What? Rest assured, I'm still working on my other works, just clearing some brain space. Rest
I just got
assured,
an
I'm still
indescribable
working
urge
on
to
my
gouge
other
out
works.
my own eye.
I'm just clearing some brain space. Rest assured, 36 stories, 2 are completed.
This was finished in 2011. It's one of the completed ones.
I know. This
God.
one's a little long, but serves as a backstory to prior events.
Okay.
You realize a backstory is the prior events, right, author? So a backstory to prior events would be a backstory to the backstory? I
Oh, when you
want
put
it
that.
that way. No? No one else?
No.
Good news is
Fine.
they lost after April 2nd, so they might have died from Rona.
Ah, very
April
good.
2nd, not the 1st. Is there a joke? If it borrows from
Never
the Fate
speak
Zero prologue, it was intentional, but I try to avoid quotes for obvious reasons.
Wait, hang on. What do you mean if it borrows? You either borrowed or you didn't.
Yeah, but you know, he intentionally borrowed it with the intent of not giving it back. Oh, I just saw that link. Thank you, Remy. That's all very based.
Yeah, just
Yes.
read the fucking summary for that one. That one. It's. I didn't even read the first chapter. Yeah, I didn't even read the first chapter. I put it into Patchy's garbage can a couple of days ago when I found it, just immediately as soon as I saw that summary.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'll wait, hold on. I gotta demobile it because only dipshits link mobile
I
links to
posted
other
a
people.
non-mobile link, dude.
Yeah.
Norwegian posted it on one.
Yes, you
Yes,
can. Anyway, so let's see here. All-powerful Issei Hyudo. Zanpakuto of someone in Karakura Town. That's not a sentence.
What?
It is apparently the summary.
What the fuck?
That's the first sentence for this story, is the Zanpakuto of someone in Karakura Town.
Look at the second sentence as well.
All the power of a dragon slayer and pirate king.
I don't like these words.
Oh
Add
no.
them to a certain red dragon emperor and you have the new Hokage.
What? What?
I made up that part.
Burdened with protecting the
Yeah.
whole world since he was.
But
his
at
mother's
this point,
boy.
honestly, would you really be surprised?
I'm
No.
honestly surprised that wasn't like the real thing.
Issei Hyudo has been burdened with protecting the world since he was a zygote. He will stop at nothing to do that because what he holds dear resides in the world.
As opposed to.
In this world, as opposed to any other world.
Yeah, as opposed to like it being on Mars or
The
something. I guess.
underworld.
Yeah, or the underworld or
Also,
Do you
heaven,
think
I
there's a
guess.
Even though
sacred
I-
gear that turns people into cat girls?
I mean, there's one that can.
I think
create
you should
cat girls.
email the creator and see if he can switch
Yeah.
that for you.
I'm gonna email the creator and suggest he adds that to his story.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that monster creator one can create cat girls, but
Oh, that's a fair point.
Exactly.
Remember,
kid,
you
so.
don't. You shouldn't add things to your universe until you're absolutely sure it can't already be done.
Like cat girls.
Elon Musk, come on.
Come on, Elon Musk, we're counting on you.
We're waiting.
We
dude.
need you
We're
to
fucking
finish
waiting.
researching that technology.
Hurry the fuck up.
Either cat girls or a Mars home, so we can just fucking get out of the Earth.
Everyone
Come on.
knows
Yeah.
that cat girl tech is the clear milestone until the next golden age.
I mean, can cat
Yeah.
girls run faster than humans? Because that would achieve go fast.
My god. Accelerate.
Accelerate. Cat girl rotate.
That's the best way to make humans achieve something, so that we can
Faster.
go fast.
Do you feel the speed?
Oh god, that all-powerful Issei Hero one. I just realized it's got 44 chapters. What the fuck?
What?
Yeah, it's also
Oh,
got hang on, how many 132k words.
Don't you remember when Sylvanas became the Hokage of the digital world?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was definitely experienced that.
It started with a tree.
Remember when she fought Kamina for the right to become God Emperor of Humanity?
Oh yeah, no, I really liked that arc.
Look,
Though
all
I
I'm
really
saying
feel
is
like
my
the Cell
favorite
arc
part
was
was when
overdone.
she fought Kaiba in the Gundam fights.
Oh yeah, the Gundam
Yeah.
racing.
And when she won with the One for All
Yeah.
or whatever, I don't fucking know.
No, you got it, you got it.
Yeah.
Prologue,
Yeah,
10
okay,
years
okay.
ago. Let us tell the story of a certain man. The tale of a man more than anything else believed in his ideals. And yet he was driven to despair by them. This man's dream was pure. He wished for everyone in the world to be happy.
Do you think this is about a man?
I don't know, it's possible.
Might
A
be.
childish ideal that all young boys grow attached to at least once. I would say a childish ideal is something all young boys get attached to, but I wouldn't say world peace and happiness.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there are plenty who, what's your childhood dream? Get fucking rich.
Get
I mean,
rich,
my
get
own peace and
bitches.
happiness is pretty important to me.
Get laid, get paid, Gatorade.
I mean, I don't know, man. If you're
Accurate summation
if
of
you're
mankind.
sponsored by Gatorade, you're probably getting paid and laid. So
Exactly.
Also, statistically likely to beat your wife.
that
Aren't
was
we
never
all?
proven in the court of law.
Sneaky may taste
Listen,
possible deniability.
Just because my brother was the judge doesn't mean that court order was faulty.
The man's dream was pure.
Pure shit.
Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah. And once they abandon one that they abandon when they grow accustomed to the mercilessness of reality, for any happiness requires a sacrifice. Jesus Christ, Arthur, that's a very pessimistic view on the world. Even I don't think that.
I'm
That's
sorry, I
stupid,
can't.
yeah.
I'm just gonna ignore this author by going to my happy place.
Atin, you can't masturbate on stream.
Have you guys looked at the ending author's note where he talks about the pairings?
I can't wait.
Oh god.
It's gonna be upsetting, isn't it?
Oh, it's gonna be upsetting.
Apparently, you should see who he adds into Shiro's
Oh,
canon.
no, just don't. Just let us stew on it. Let us stew on it until we get there.
I'm about to get racist.
Emiya Kiritsugu was not like most adults. Because you see, some would claim he was simply the most foolish of them all, and others, something that fundamentally inside him was broken. In a bygone era, he may have been called a saint, entrusted with God's will to pass on to the common people, and those people would certainly take offense to the so-called saint killing people as remorselessly as Kiritsugu did. I don't know, actually. We have quite a few saints in the older times who murdered a lot of people.
Not even just saint. Like, do we need to talk about Solomon and David and Saul?
Yeah.
Let's chop the woman in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the baby or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the baby, yeah. That's her.
People said back in the day he'd be foolish and broken, but in this day and age, he'd just be a normal person right now.
Some said my methods were too extreme, so I had to wear a mask. They call me Musk. Elon Musk face reveal.
Elon Musk.
It's just Bill Gates, but younger.
I have already cured immortality.
Cured immortality,
like
eh?
Anime when they go.
Yeah, you see, he put it in all of our vaccines, so now we have to buy back our immortality from him.
Oh god, no fuck.
It was a clever ruse. Keanu Reeves was the only one who was not fooled.
That's just dumb enough that it might work.
It's dumb enough that it would make millions in box office today.
We should copyright that.
Yep. Come on, boys.
Lawyers, let's go. Come on, chop chop. Copyright that. We need to sell it to Hollywood. We know they haven't had an original thought in at least
Musk
10
might
years.
just buy that himself off you if you told him about it. He used to be the kind of guy that would go for that.
Honestly, I think that would actually be pretty funny. I think you could actually get Elon Musk on board to act for that too. All right, Elon, we just need you to be yourself. Oh god.
Oh god.
Keanu Reeves is pretty chill. He might even be for it. The hardest part would probably be finding a director.
Oh no! Listen, we can just be like, "Yo, Joss Whedon, here's a crack for you."
You could probably get Del Toro, Whedon. It's probably 2 or 3 others out there.
We make Ryan Reynolds Keanu Reeves' sidekick. Keanu Reeves, starring as Keanu Reeves.
Featuring Keanu Reeves from Keanu Reeves.
With help from his sidekick, Ryan Reynolds.
Keanu Reeves.
Starring as Deadpool, starring as Ryan Reynolds.
Starring as Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, starring as Keanu Reeves, starring as Ryan Reynolds.
Starring as Keanu Reeves.
How recursive can we take the Keanu line?
Special guest voice critical as Jesus.
yes. Anyway, so while you guys work on getting the copyright sealed for that, and someone gets Keanu Reeves' phone number so we can convince him to do it, I'll continue with this story. So, Kiritsugu killed people. I'm pretty sure everyone figured that out by this point.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, and let's be clear, Kiritsugu killed a lot of people.
Yes, he did.
Very efficiently.
Wow.
It wasn't a profession he took pride in. Blah, blah, blah.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Yeah, he did, though.
You do kind of
Not
like
a little bit.
Really?
It wasn't until post Shiro that he was like,
yeah.
This is what
I mean, his greatest regret was killing his adopted MILF, so.
Well, no, the part where he stopped really taking pride was about the time he destroyed Fuyuki.
Yeah, probably. I would say that.
Well, let's be fair. He's technically not the one who destroyed it.
No, he still blamed himself, though.
MILF. He did cry when the MILF who adopted him died.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah, but that was more a thing of, like, I wasn't expecting this level of loss this early in life.
I mean, he killed his own father, so...
Yeah.
His dad was kind of a dick, though.
His dad was kind of a
But,
to be fair, he was still kind of in shock from learning that his dad was a horrible monster.
But it's also implied he killed the girl who was his only friend, so...
Oh, wasn't that because she was turning into an apostle?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was turning into a dead apostle, so
Yeah.
obviously he felt bad about that, but he's also like, but I could have let her turn.
Mm.
And then she would have eaten me, and then probably would have felt a momentary pang of sadness as her humanity died, and then gone on to murder dozens of other people.
Kinky.
I guess. So anyway, yeah.
Given values of kink,
Kiritsugu
sure.
is, killing people with a gun, and he stood over his father's dead form with a smoking pistol, and imagine being a mage and like doing a whole shit ton of research, and then some fucking mook with a gun just shoots you and you die.
Just because he has some bullets made from his ribs.
No, it's just normal gun. Not even special gun at
but
that
that
point.
was his special bullet. Like,
Shadow is
no,
coming on, boys.
he only invented his special bullet after all of that.
Yeah, after his mom took out 2 ribs so he could suck his own dick.
I have to come up with a really good reason for why I did this.
Alright, here we go. Alright, Shadow, turn on push to talk.
I mean, if you really think about it, right? Just saying, if you really think about it, the whole reason why he used his ribs was because it was like what the core of his being or something, right?
Yeah, his origin, which was bind and sever or something like that.
Right. So couldn't he have just used like other forms of the core, what would be considered the core of his being, like?
Could he run around with fingernail bullets?
I was gonna say semen.
That's
but,
definitely
that
not the
works
core
too.
of your being.
No.
Hey, man, you don't know how people define themselves. Don't judge.
Yeah. I'm sure there's someone out there that defines
I think he
themselves
created
by their
whole
fingernails.
bullets out of his ribs, not just little bits of it, though. So, although that would take a lot more ribs than just a couple to make 80 bullets.
If you're covering a fate fic and fate is my niche, can I join the chat? Yeah, sure. Just
He's already come in.
He's in here. Just gotta turn on push to talk so he can actually talk.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anyway, so fortunately he hadn't been alone, or he might have just shot himself instead. Ceiling designation, blah 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 blah. Basically his backstory. Despite only receiving 20% of his family crest, a little more than drag.
Despite.
Yes. So anyway, he learned how to use a bunch of shit. Blah 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 blah. What profession they aspired to be in. Strange it was, he was happy, and then a firing switch into aircraft gun, jumbo jet, exploded the whole thing. Very cool. He shot the plane down, saved millions of lives, but then he was becoming disillusioned with his hero of justice idea.
Didn't that happen till after Fuyuki though? Like after seeing the Grail's curse?
Killing his mentor? No, that happened before.
Yeah.
No, the hero of justice being disillusioned.
It was where he started becoming a little bit fanatical about it, because he was like, I have to prove that it is worth it in the end, basically, and that's why he became like so dead set on.
That was a big part of his character development through Fate Zero as well. Him constantly butting heads with Saber about it.
Damn,
Despite being disillusioned, he continued on with his dream, and he kept killing and murdering mages left and right. Became known as the Mage Killer. Canon. Around 11 years ago, dare I take the odd month, hired by the von Eisenberg family. Heavensfield, True Mages. Blah 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 blah. If you believe the hype, blah blah blah. Fate Zero, blah blah blah. Blah blah. Irisaville fell in love with her. Blah 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 blah.
It doesn't get to our canon till like a kind of page break.
Jesus,
where it says he
okay,
went
so
off to...
fucking canon. Kiritsugu stood over the corpse of his bullet. 306. Never mind one of his patented origin bullets. Why would you waste so much into making it a 306 if you're going to be standing over the target?
Yeah.
It was only for the Thompson Contender, though. The fucking origin bullets was only for the Thompson Contender, not for the... What? Not for a rifle. Like, he specifically had only a certain gun that he could use.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Well, the contender can be chambered from 22 long rifle all the way up to 45-70 government. So I'm fairly sure there's a 30-06 out there.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah,
Wasn't Kiritsugu
exists.
the one that also used the barrel mag?
Yeah, but that's
the
retarded.
that fucking
submachine
retarded
gun.
gun, yeah.
The contender is a break action single shot pistol.
No, I'm aware. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That fucking retarded ass gun that Nasu
Yeah,
only
but-
made Kiritsugu use because he liked the look of it.
Yeah,
Mm.
fucking useless.
Fucking useless ass gun. So anyway, yeah, dead apostles, he shot them, true ancestors, he might have shot them too. In any case, it didn't seem like this particular Magus had been particularly successful in his attempted immortalities because Kiritsugu was able to shoot him as well.
Literally, a normal bullet would not phase a true ancestor.
Well, he used an origin bullet.
No.
I still don't think
But-
that would phase it.
The origin bullet only works when they're using the full power, and a true ancestor's full power would just fucking annihilate Kiritsugu.
Yeah.
Well, that and true ancestors have a weird loophole with where they get their
Yeah.
power from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Thanks,
He only raised in
Tsukihime.
the origin bullets.
Fucking weirdo.
Fuck up.
Oh wait, no, hang on a second.
No.
Okay, if the origin bullets are they do like sever, they that's its entire thing is severing. Couldn't he just shoot the ground if he's fighting a true ancestor?
I think only if he's in like some sort of Marvel Phantasm universe or something like that.
Fucking. No, sorry. Now all I can imagine is Kiritsugu encountered the true ancestor and he fucking holds Gaia hostage. He's like just pointing the gun at the ground. I'll fucking do it!
Even then, that wouldn't work.
Shut up. That's funny.
Yeah.
Back up,
Would
I'll
kinda
do
be
it! I'll shoot at the ground!
That would kill you and me. You think I won't?
You think I don't want to die?
You act like that's a downside?
Is Kiritsugu just fucking a 90s kid or something? Like millennial or whatever?
Kiritsugu is
Genji.
the walking embodiment of I thirst for death.
Yeah.
Kiritsugu is the guy in Counter-Strike who pulls out the pin on the grenade and runs into the room.
Ah, yes. The Middle Easterner.
Oh.
7:30.
Oh god, I cannot even recount how many panic moments I've had from the fucking Call of Duty martyrdom perk. Oh god. I hate
Oh
That
yeah,
was
that fucking
such a-
thing. Oh.
Shoots person. Grenade indicator pops up. Oh fuck.
The amount of
Yeah.
Dead inside
bitching
Kiritsugu
I heard from
memes.
my cousin watching him play Call of Duty matches.
It's
God,
just
fuck.
it's a fabulously unbalanced perk.
Yeah. Oh, that and fucking Last Stand. Fuck that gay shit.
Oh my god, I've seen some of the
No, but like at least Last Stand they have to aim.
dumbest, funniest
Yeah.
shit though
True.
I've seen
Martyr is the
from
counter to fucking
specifically
ninja
Black Ops
knives.
1. The fucking
Oh,
like
Black Ops 1,
how the javelin
Ugh.
missile worked. I watched someone get a final kill for the match by jumping off a ledge and looking down so they would fire the missile forward because the javelin missile goes up. So they looked
I
at the
mean-
ground so the missile went
Yeah.
straight instead.
Fucking galaxy brain play.
Just
That's a
fucking
high IQ move, honestly.
galaxy brain.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
That you know what? He deserved
Well.
that win.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll allow it.
Oh god. I mean, of course, there's the also classic last kill of the game, and it's just someone who just spawns in immediately, looks up, does a 360, and throws a knife, and you just see the knife arc across the entire fucking map and hit someone in the head.
Oh.
It's just like, are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me?
God.
That game got
that game.
the fact that for a short time the meta in Black Ops 1 was start chucking the knife.
Oh yeah, spawn and chuck
Yeah.
knife. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I mean, we all did it. Just like yeet the fucking tomahawk across the map at the start of the game. Just
Yeah.
pray.
And
Or it's fucking like Halo 5 and it's only matter of throwing all your grenades at the start where the opposite team spawns.
or, or, or how you could put C4 onto someone's riot shield, and then they would run at the enemy.
Call of Duty had
yeah.
a similar thing to Battlefield's like, hey, Sneaky, you said you had an idea. What is it? I got the tank. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Go, Max. Oh.
Fire!
Have you guys seen that like 1 minute clip of someone tethering two tanks together and they shoot someone from down a cliff by having the other tank hold the other from falling off?
Yes, yeah, it's War Thunder. Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
Stupid.
I've
Oh,
personally in Battlefield 3 headshotted someone in a helicopter by ramping my Abrams off of another car.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was an Apache and it was fucking destroying us. So I ramped the Abrams when I was going downhill off another vehicle and managed to get the headshot with my main tank cannon on
War
the
is
pilot.
hell. Also known as
Because-
Bethesda game.
Because my favorite part about Battlefield was they were like, no, we need to include the headshot notification for the main gun.
Just in case you ever land a headshot with the main battle tank gun, you need to know.
It's something that all humanity deserves to know about.
But I have to say, out of all the
Yeah.
Battlefield games, the most magical thing was Bad Company 1, where you find out in a panicking moment that the what are those things fucking called? Blackhawks? With the full team could get into the transport
Yeah.
helicopter? Blackhawk?
Yeah.
Either the Black Hawk or the Huey.
Yeah,
Something
it was not the Vietnam, it was the Blackhawk then.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Where you found out that the open air area of the back of the Blackhawk was in fact properly collisioned, which means that the missile you just dodged by turning sideways and having it fly through your helicopter,
Yeah.
where everyone just has a momentary heart attack as they see a missile fly through the helicopter they're currently occupying.
Yeah. That was great.
I appreciate when games do hitboxing that fucking accurate.
Oh my Max,
mean,
you
that-
remember Far Cry 4 with that?
Yeah, I do. I also remember the physics engine being good enough that I caught my parachute on a branch, flipped, and was just face planted into the ground, dead from the force of the flip.
That was the funniest shit ever.
My personal favorite example of perfect hitboxing actually came from one of the Ace Combat games.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And I forget what was that. It was one of the missions where you're over the sea, you fly in, and it's fly low, or they'll shoot anti-aircraft missiles at you. I flew a little too high, got a bunch of missiles shot at me, panicked, flew up, looped, went straight down at the water, pulled up at the last second, and got the missiles to impact on the water.
Nice.
And then my friend was like, "Hey, wait a minute, give me the control." He paused it, took the controller, did the side cut camera. I was literally as close as you could possibly get to the water
Yeah.
Oh,
without
wow.
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
centimeters above it.
Fuck.
I really need to pick up an Ace Combat game at some point.
I-
Those games
I-
seem right up my alley.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
they're
For
so fun.
stupid shit.
Especially when the plot just gets absolutely
Oh,
cheesy.
that
What the hell?
remind me. Wait, actually, I'm gonna find something for you real quick.
That
You
was
might
still
already seen
probably
it.
a great moment though. With the helicopter, that Max
Yeah.
and I were doing some Far Cry co-op.
Yeah, we were doing Far Cry 4. We were
And
taking
we
a
decided
base.
to take an outpost with a cliff above it. We decided to take the outpost using only explosives, and we had a lot of explosives. And at one point, I hear a helicopter. I'm like, where the fuck's this helicopter?
Oh,
And I turn around. I'm like, Max, behind you! Shoot the helicopter down. He's turning around, crouches, and the fucking little.
no, Sneaky. I didn't crouch. I saw
you
it
didn't
coming,
crouch?
and I just jumped on instinct.
Yeah.
It went right through the personnel carrier part of the helicopter.
Yep.
Untouched.
Yeah. Fucking just sliding right through it. I was just like, what?
Yeah, that's how it be.
Far Cry 4 is one of
I
the
come
games
back.
where
I
it
come
was so
back to
frustrating.
that. That's a
wish I
weird
had-
thing to come back to.
I mean,
Some of
literally, the
that.
first thing that Max and I did in Far Cry 4 together was take an outpost, where I found out that you could ride elephants. So I got an RPG, and I got on an elephant, and I said, Max, I'm gonna go take this outpost, cover me. And so he sets
Oh,
up on
God.
this hill with a sniper rifle, but I blitz into the outpost and trample like half of the people there, and then shoot the final guy with the RPG, and it's like, oh, outpost taken. We're like, all right, yeah, that's great. Stealth.
No, Sneaky, I believe what happened was, Max, I'm charging ahead. Wait, Sneaky, let me set up. Stealth. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Because he didn't let the alert go off.
Yeah, none of the guards were
None of
capable
them
of
were
filling
able to
their
hit
alert
the
bar.
reinforcement button.
Yeah.
Reminder
no,
that-
no, it wasn't even the reinforcement button because it wasn't a no alarm run. It was a stealth run, which means none of the guards even had alerts going out.
Oh,
You killed
yeah.
him so fast.
I killed them too quickly while riding an elephant wielding an RPG for them to realize there was someone killing them.
There's no one who can call the police if there is no one to call the police.
You can't call the police if there is no police.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Sneak is basically a fucking tank.
Far Cry 4's
Far
co-op
Cry
experience
4
was
is-
just
He's running
so-
muscle and stealth. Report
Hey,
noob.
Max, do you think we have enough pelts yet? I don't know. Let's
Cringe.
look. Turns around. Pile of 50 dead bears. I don't know.
Oh god, remember when we
Typical
had to
sneaky
go
moment.
fucking snow leopard hunting?
Oh,
And it was
God.
like 1 in 4 mountain lion. It was like 3 mountain lions, then a snow leopard, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, so many
It took
fucking
us-
mountains lying.
It took us an hour and a half to fucking just completely obliterate.
Oh, God. We
The
fucking
snow
depopulated the entire population of that goddamn world by the end.
Based.
Just
You know what? They shouldn't have given us so many hunting-based objectives.
Or how I still had meat equipped when we went to go fight that patrol, and so instead of throwing a knife at someone, I threw a meat at someone, but still knocked them out.
And then
Genius.
I believe a grizzly was summoned.
Yes.
Ah,
That
yes.
game
The
was
old
so like
biblical strategy.
Far Cry 5 had its moments, but its co-op moments just were nothing compared to Far Cry 4's.
Far Cry 4 was so.
Far Cry
Max, hold
4
us
had
steady.
so
I'm gonna
much random
snipe them
shit.
from across the map. I think I've gotten the bullet drop down.
Oh,
Uh.
sneaky. Remember when we discovered that you could equip the China Lake as the pilot of the helicopter?
Oh yeah, because it was a
And
pistol.
we just
Yeah.
proceeded to strafe run a valley outpost.
Yeah, that was great. I love that. Oh
They
god,
could,
that
wait,
game.
that one was also stealth because they couldn't see us because we were
Yeah.
above the
We were-
alert limit.
We were outside the AI detection radius. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
our draw
The game
distance
design.
was put so high we could still hit them.
And then there was another outpost that we sniped out of existence, and we were just sitting there like, oh, there's no more guys. No one else is spawning, but we haven't caught the outpost yet. We were too far outside the outpost detection radius that it didn't even know we were shooting at the outpost in terms of game code. And so by the time
That definitely sounds like you breaking
So-
the game.
So we approach the outpost, and as we're approaching the outpost, it suddenly just does the fucking cutscene of outpost taken stealth.
It's just like, all right, well, guess we got it.
Some games are
We got
just
'em, boy.
gems.
Ah,
You know what's not a gem? This story.
Oh, yeah. This is a reading
I'm
podcast
gonna be
after
honest,
all.
I tried to forget about it.
Yeah, well, you know,
Too
so
bad.
he's back in Britain, and he's for whatever reason just
what a
walking
shame.
around Surrey, and he spots a wizard, and he's like, "What the fuck is this wizard doing here?" And he's like, "Oh my god, that was Albus Dumbledore," and he readied his Thompson contender.
I mean, who wouldn't want to shoot Dumbledore?
That's a fair point.
Yeah, true. I would.
Sneaky and Max go to Minneapolis, color
So
eyes.
many Nazis missed out in World War II, so why wouldn't you want to be the first to do so?
Oh god.
You know, Far Cry 4 might actually be worth downloading and just trying to get some recordings of something in that game.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. Yeah, no, we had some fun. All right, we can't land the helicopter on the radio towers. Max, I'm gonna rappel down from it. Just lower me gently. Slam.
Oh no, Sneaky. Remember the one tower where it's like, hey, I'm Sneaky, I think I have an idea. Parks perfectly. Okay, how do I get it out?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I wasn't really expecting to get this far. .jpeg.
Oh god. Oh, that game was so fucking silly. Oh, it was such a fucking silly game.
And the only problem we ever had with it was when we're like, let's go play the Yeti DLC. Oh boy, we get to be the Yeti. Credits. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah,
That was the most disappointing part. There were heavily implications that your characters were turned into Yetis at the end of the DLC, but you don't play as the Yeti. And you just kind of sit there, sad.
That would be fun.
But everything else up to that point was fun. There were actually some legitimately good jump scares and atmosphere going on with it too.
Maybe they were going to have a second DLC coming out for it, but then Far Cry 5 came out.
And Far Cry 5 can suck. Well, no, it does suck. It can fuck right off with its horrible writing.
I don't know, man. Its soundtrack's pretty ballin', right?
Oh, its soundtrack is great. It can still fuck off with bad writing.
Oh yeah, I know.
I want my time back. I don't say that about games often. I want my fucking time back.
Listen, if Max is saying he wants his time back,
That's pretty
you
impressive.
have written an absolute steaming pile. I think the only other thing I've ever heard him say that about was FF13.
I want my 6 hours back.
We don't talk about FF13 here.
I almost
the fact that I've completed FF13 multiple times.
Right,
Why?
so, anyway, as part of this story, I'm gonna have Shadow have a conniption fit now. So,
I mean, yeah, I guess Hallway Simulator 13 would be the best way to do that.
This is a full fusion between Harry Potter and Fate Stay Night.
Oh no.
Why?
On Einstein. Do you know that old story from 2011?
And your British wizarding world is considered a joke among the magical community, even though they can cast spells without needing self-hypnosis and only need to have wooden wands and or have far more versatile spells that they can mass cast without having a degrading
Look at the
magic.
jokesters using actual magic. Haha, let's make fun of them.
Yeah, look at these jokesters who invented true magic and just casually use it and hand it out to like 10-year-olds.
I feel like the wizards might, as a defense mechanism, like the Maguses might begin to writing the wizards as a defense mechanism. Like, look at them. They think they can access the true magic and they need to use sticks. Meanwhile, they're going, oh my god, how are these fucking people winning? What do they have that we don't? Do I have to kill more children?
Do I have to kill more children?
Bonus
I would not think I would hear.
Okay, but we're talking about fate.
You get isekai'd into fate. You're a magus.
This is true.
Bonus objective.
I still feel like I have to say something.
Don't kill children.
Hey, I haven't seen anything about wizards having magical cords, so that's a plus.
You know what?
Give it time. It's not even halfway through chapter 1.
It's still young.
Or is it halfway through chapter 1?
We're halfway, roughly, bit over.
A little over halfway. Okay, there's still time though.
Yeah, so
Lots of fun.
anyway, he's like, oh man, this fucking wizard just walking around looking wizard-like. It just literally wore clothes that screamed wizard because he was like, dumbass wizards being all wizardy.
By the way, I want to point out, ironically enough, the Harry Potter wizards are way more in sync with the modern world than
Maguses, yeah.
the Maguses.
Yeah.
So they would actually be far less likely
Yeah.
to stick at, like...
Well, some.
Dumbledore just doesn't fucking care. So.
Okay, but, like,
Yeah.
that's
He's old.
one
He doesn't give a fuck.
out of the majority of the population.
So blah blah blah, canon Harry Potter crap going on. The Dark World, blah blah. Man was frankly a mad-hatting lunatic. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Deriding Britain. Blah 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 blah. For one thing, because it was a British affair, it meant it fell within the clock tower's jurisdiction. Wait, I thought the wizards were a joke and that everyone ignored them. So why would it fall inside the clock tower's jurisdiction?
Also,
No,
sometimes
no.
that
Let's
ever-
be fair.
sometimes that
The clock
realistic
tower
stuff-
would be like, this is our jurisdiction, but you don't care. Still our jurisdiction.
That's fair.
You wouldn't
Fuck
care
you,
if I killed Dumbledore. Maybe not, but
Something
we
I-
want to be the ones to kill him.
Something I don't get through Harry Potter canon.
Yeah.
They say Voldemort was the worst Dark Lord, but Voldemort literally died of World War II. How is he not known as the worst?
Because
well, you see, a lot of
British.
non-British people died in World War II, and as far as Britain's concerned, whenever a non-British person dies, that's like
Plus 5 points.
a positive amount of British people being born.
5 points
Yeah.
to Grindelwald.
Yeah.
Thank fuck I'm descended from their criminals, so we don't give a fuck about Britain.
There you go. I was gonna say. I also want to point out, at least like the Harry Dresden books, it's like, so the worst Dark Lord, air quotes, was a necromancer named Kemmler, and what did he do?
did he have a manservant?
Won World War II. The War of 1812, the 100 Years' War. How many wars? It's probably easier to list the wars he didn't start, honestly.
I mean, did he start them with
Well,
his manservant?
You know, I can list one war he didn't start at. Rhodesia.
What war?
Zimbabwe Rhodesian War.
That's true. He
Oh,
was in fact
what
dead.
a time!
Yeah.
What a time it was.
If we could turn back time
I thought we didn't talk about that war in polite company.
to the good old days. Well,
There
good
is
thing
no
I'm not in
clock
any.
country.
That's fair, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like the
That's
fact
the
that the
thing.
Great Emu
We're not
isn't
polite.
taught in Australian schools.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
the
I
what
agree.
war?
The Great Emu War. We used over 6,000
Oh, yes.
bullets.
Was that ever really actually declared a war, or was that just the meme
I
was called a
think
war?
it was.
Yeah, it
was.
was.
And the
Australians
emus
versus
won,
birds and
I
Australians
believe.
won. They did.
Yeah.
They did.
The
Yes.
emus won.
That's my favorite part
So
about
when
that
will
war.
Australia recognize the emu
Humans
nation?
lost.
It's
When
because
will
we-
Australia pay reparations to the emus?
Listen, they only won because we shot more of our own men.
No, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
why I
No,
won.
they won because they're a bunch of team-killing fucktards on the human side.
God, yeah, Nose Hair and I know all about winning a game because the enemy team just started shooting each other randomly.
Yeah, that happens
It wasn't
occasionally.
randomly. Some people were in the back shooting, but a bunch of people thought guns are shit, they're not accurate, so they ran ahead to try and kill the birds by hand and got shot.
Then that's what we
That's
call
the
running
next
into the line of fire.
Never
Yeah.
mind, it wasn't a bunch of team-killing fucktards. It was a bunch of suicidal morons.
Yes.
Natural selection.
Hey,
Darwin
we
had it
killed
right.
2 birds out of hundreds.
So anyway, wizards are dumb and stupid and silly, but no one cares about them. But they're also really powerful, and no one cares though because they're silly and stupid.
Yes.
Still talking about the birds or people?
Yes.
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 Kiritsugu had to blink because, actual surprise, Voldemort was the biggest menace since Grindelwald, who was no pushover at all. Old Man Act had even gone so far to praise Grindelwald. Of course he did.
So I didn't, but really
Offered
praise-
by a child, a baby in his arms. He was like, "What the fuck's going on? Why are they putting a baby here?"
Blah blah blah. It's best for him. Blah blah blah. I'm sure he'll love that. Holy shit! It's Namahaj. What?
Huh?
The fuck?
Huge amount of say, only able to
probably
help slight Joel, his massive bearded
Racist?
figure.
Racist much?
Yeah, I know, right? That was a very racist.
Child-eating ogre from Japanese homeland, even though he grew up on what looked like the Mediterranean.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
very racist.
that's
of you.
literally what it says.
So anyway, blah
Indonesia,
blah
not
blah
Mediterranean.
blah 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 blah. Kiritsugu's racist, but for some reason he's in Britain. Blah 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 blah. British winter. Blah blah blah. Unbelievable! I can't believe wizards who are stupid and silly that no one cares about would place a child that also no one cares about in this neighborhood that no one cares about.
Oh, the kid's a Horcrux. Kiritsugu fucking shoots him.
Just fucking bang.
How to solve the Wizarding world's biggest problem? Bang.
Just imagine you're fucking McGonagall or Dumbledore, and you're like, oh yes, we've placed the child on the doorstep, and you're walking away, and then you see, bang! You turn around.
Whoops.
Snake, what have you done? You've changed. Snake, what have you done? You've changed the future. You've caused a time paradox.
Snake, I can't believe you would kill a kid. This is why you're the best, Snake.
This is why he still thinks.
I would say,
Great work,
Sneaky,
Snake.
this is where we write the crossover with Fate and Harry Potter, where Kiritsugu is contracted to just murk Voldemort.
And he starts out by just shooting Harry.
Starts out by just shooting Harry.
Yeah. I've
Well, I
used
mean,
my Magus
you know.
detecting skills to determine that boy's a Horcrux.
Are you Harry Potter? Yes. I've been contracted to end Voldemort. Oh, so you're here to help us, in a sense. Click. Bang.
Oh, hi, kid. Are you Harry Potter? Yeah, I am.
Oh, you're here to kill me? Fucking finally.
Fucking finally. 2020 Harry Potter be like.
Harry Potter just starts with, I'll just sit here and wait, but can you take them first?
Either he'll freeze to death out here, or he'll be shoved into a closet because the family that he spied upon for some reason, he knew them. Then they would just shove babies into closets, because Kiritsugu spied on them.
Like 20 seconds.
And then time seemed to stop, as Kiritsugu glanced into the eyes of the child killer. Sorry, the boy who lived. Anakin. Harry Potter. Let's see. Kiritsugu stood in silence as he stared at the baby. And he's like, "To hell with it! I'm gonna steal this baby."
You know what? Roughly in character for Kiritsugu.
So he stole the baby. So author's note time. Yeah, that was the whole first chapter. Wasn't that riveting and exciting? A bunch of canon happened.
I'm so excited.
And then more canon happened. And then right at the end of all of this canon happening, Kiritsugu said, "I'm gonna steal a baby."
Right, I forgot they just Scar from Fullmetal Alchemist, and that's all of Harry's powers in alchemy.
Oh, really? That okay?
Yeah,
I hate it. Wow, I hate it.
Yeah,
that sounds horrible.
Apologies for the length. I had to summarize the backstory.
Fuck you.
Hey, author, have you ever considered not posting canon? I hear that really helps decrease the amount of words your first chapter is by not copy and pasting fucking canon for 90% of it.
Or
this is
if you absolutely positively have to incorporate canon events.
What does that have to do with anything?
To be fair, this is 2011. 90% of fucking fics were just canon.
That doesn't matter. In 2020, 90% of fics are still just canon.
Yeah.
But no, but my point is the author is here. It's like someone complaining about how long they had to walk, and then someone's like, "Well, why didn't you just take the bus that's right there for free?"
Yeah.
Well, you see, exercise.
It's like he literally didn't have to write 90% unchanged canon and that he doesn't get the right to complain about how long and how many words it took when it's literally just fucking copying and pasting from the Wikipedia page.
Basically, yeah. Have you seen where it starts in pairings are undecided?
No, I'm still raging about the fact that he's complaining about how long the first chapter is. For those of you who saw the preview chapter, you already know what's going
Flaying.
to happen. No, I won't be flying back to Grail War. It'll skip straight to actual story, which you read in the preview.
Why the skip straight away?
Put that cookie down.
As you can see,
Put the cookie
Jude
down.
Stykes really doesn't like Dumbledore, and it's personally responsible for 2 old-time Twinkler noses has been broken in the past. A fact
Those
that,
were words.
a
First, I
fact
look
that gives him
responsible.
immense satisfaction. What?
Apparently he broke Dumbledore's nose twice. Oh yeah, I forgot. Harry wakes up in the med bay and just fucking punches Dumbledore in the face. That's another part of the story.
Why?
Makes sense to me.
How could I possibly have forgotten?
Because apparently fucking Juba Stark or whatever fuck his name is broke Dumbledore's nose twice. Never mind, a mage wouldn't do that. It'd be fucking embarrassing for them.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, you know, mages and wizards, they see each other as like complete jokes and hilarious and totally nonsense.
Except one of them could absolutely shit stomp the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it
Anyway, so
That'd
seeing
really
the
be how
chance-
it be sometimes.
Yeah, but they all died to
do
gun.
kind of be like
Seeing the chance to
Yeah.
pull one over on the twinkle-eyed Schweinhund, as he affectionately refers to Dumbledore,
Schweinhund.
he took in the boy who lived and brought him up as a means of controlling Ilisabel. So we're literally getting a summary of the backstory that we were supposed to be getting
Yes.
in the author's note.
Yes. Exactly.
He is. I am having difficulty comprehending this, where the author, for the narrative part of the story, proceeded to just copy and paste the Wikipedia history page for Kiritsugu. But then when it came to the actual backstory that actually changes how the story is going to go, in the author's note is where he tells us.
And how many
Yes.
people skipped the author's note and then would probably complain about this?
All of them, and they have every right to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there is at no point in time ever a period in which someone should be able to skip an author's note and not understand what's going on. Like, I can understand if it's like, oh, when are you updating again? Oh, well, I said it in my author's note. It's like, okay, but that doesn't really have anything to do with the story itself. Like, if you're gonna be like, oh, this is the plot of the story, and here's how things work, and here I'm just gonna skip all this and never actually tell you in the story any of this information. No, someone's completely justified in being confused in the next chapter if they skip the author's note, because that's the author. That's the story part. You mix them up. You're supposed to put the story in the narrative, not in the author's note.
At least this is giving me inspiration for when I write Fans Gamble, the fan sequel to Faith Gamble.
I
Just to
really
torture
hope
Lupine.
that you do that and actually post it, and that you include every single trope that Lupine included, but also every single other trope that everyone hates.
Can I get a torture of Lupine roll if I do?
Totally.
Yes.
Sure, I'll just invent one.
Yep.
for you.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
go into it then. I mean, I did get a chapter of reinforce out of him. That's still my priority for 2020.
I mean, I still have a recording somewhere of him apologizing for ever writing Fate's Gamble, so that's great. Really enjoy that.
Yep.
Wait, really?
It's their
I didn't
best.
see that. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that's great. Yeah, no. So yeah, he brings up Harry as a living weapon to seize the fifth heavens field. Again, for those who didn't read the preview chapter, I don't know what the fuck the preview chapter is, or what a preview chapter is. Like, what
What do you mean? Those who
I
didn't
guess
read the preview
it-
chapter?
I guess this is meant to be the preview chapter.
But this is not the preview chapter. This is the prelude chapter, not
Maybe
the preview chapter.
Maybe on one of his other stories, he put a preview chapter of his.
Oh
next
yeah,
story.
oh yeah. Well, one of his other 36 stories, he put the preview chapter to this. Oh, of course, right. I can't believe I didn't read all of his other stories to find out the lore of this one.
How dare you?
I'm
But
sorry, I'm
I
just
don't
not
think-
really that into
unless-
Destiny card collecting. Okay.
Unless he wrote the other Harold von Eisman story first, and this is the prequel he wrote.
I have no idea. For those who didn't read the preview chapter, Harry won't be a god in this, and alchemy will actually have limitations, and his array will negate all of the limitations.
Yeah, that's how it is.
You mean Scar?
Yes. Yep. He will, however, be entering into the wizarding world. So don't expect him to just be dragged around. No, I do expect him to be dragged around, but this time it's going to be dragged around by the puppets of plot, because I don't think you can actually figure out how to write plot without including it in the author's note. So
And don't worry, this 11-year-old's going to be a master politician and stronger than Dumbledore.
Oh, really?
All
Oh,
right.
Interesting. Fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm debating whether to put him into Slytherin or Ravenclaw for the simple fact that as a result of his upbringing, he'll clearly be unsuited for being loyal or brave.
If he was raised to just be loyal for his house to Einsburn, sounds like he'd be great for Hufflepuff.
I'm sorry, but he was literally raised as a living weapon in service of the Einsburns, and you're telling me that's not the definition of loyalty?
I was gonna say it actually makes him even more of a shoe-in for Gryffindor than before.
No,
because
Hufflepuff.
No, even Gryffindor, because he won't care about his own life if it's for the sake
Oh,
of
that's
his family.
true.
He'll
Yeah, you're
bravely
right.
run
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
yeah, well, and more explicitly, he's been trained as a weapon. His job is to charge into combat.
That's very. He wouldn't be a Slytherin or a Ravenclaw. I can't imagine the
Not unless he was
Eisenburns promoting free thought.
And they wouldn't train him like to be an assassin like Kiritsugu, because they'll hate Kiritsugu after the Fifth War.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be
Fourth
Slytherin
War,
cunning.
you
He'd be
idiot.
cunning.
Fucking.
Apparently this is after the Fifth War. So why
Yeah.
the fuck
Apparently
should
this
I
is
care?
after the Fifth War for some reason.
Kiritsugu is the fourth.
Yeah, this is the Fifth War
Yeah.
now.
Who the fuck cares?
No,
This
that's what the
story's a
author
shit
said.
story.
We know that canonically it's the Fourth War, but according to the author, it's the Fifth War now.
Or this starts after the Fifth War with Ellisville probably only having a year to fucking live.
Or something like that. Anyway,
There was a
pairings are
secret. There was a
undecided.
secret war that we don't see clearly.
Pairings are undecided, as I hesitate to remove
Right.
anything from Shiro's harem, which is obviously everyone knows. Canonically, Rin, Saber, Sakura, Ryder, Irisiville,
Yeah.
and
She's
Taiga,
18. I mean, yeah.
and Ryder's sisters, and Mordred.
Yep. And
Oh yeah, I
Oh.
forgot Shiro's canonical harem of a bunch of characters that never appeared in the series.
I mean, they did appear in Hollow Ataraxia Rider's sisters. He just never saw them in anything but a memory.
Look, we don't talk about that, and we don't acknowledge its existence. Neither should you.
Hey, the lewds are pretty good.
Wait, wasn't
I mean, they're
Hollow
not, so
Ataraxia
it's
the unlooted one?
No, it had lewds.
Really?
Hello, Atarxia
Look,
was.
the
Yes,
only
it
It's
one
the time loop.
the only one
okay.
that we definitely don't talk about is Prisma Ilia.
Yeah, I mean, apparently the world's fucking over in Prisma Ilia in the newest chapters, so...
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Good. That's a universe that deserves to cease.
Indeed.
actually,
Oh,
all
Miyu
event when?
section.
Oh,
not
I love
aliens.
this. I love this fucking right. I love this right here. I love how fucking stupid the author is right here. And Shadow, Shadow's here. Shadow, can you see something, Shadow?
Hi.
All right, are you ready to re? This is the re moment. Other than everything I've listed here, the story will follow Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night as per the
And
books.
the Harry Potter books.
And it may cross with Tsukihime later on. Despite the fact that he already crossed it with Tsukihime by mentioning dead apostles.
Ancestors, yep. Because dead apostles exist in fate other than Tsukihime, but true ancestors I think don't.
Do dead apostles exist outside of?
Dead apostles exist in Nasuverse. The ancestors just don't
Okay.
exist.
Yeah, he's already mentioned the ancestors though, so it's already a crossover.
And this person is an idiot.
Yes.
I mean, that was already abundantly apparent.
Yeah, he
I haven't
literally
been here
up
for
here
40
he mentioned
minutes.
true apostle ancestors and Kiritsugu fighting them. Yeah, I don't understand it either. So anyway, yeah, that's a story for tonight. I hope you guys are all really impressed and really enjoyed it because I know I didn't. Didn't have to drink for it though, so I will add this garbage tier story to the list of fics we're gonna cover at some point someday.
5 out of 10 did not require me to drink.
Well, I
Fair
mean,
enough.
I've been drinking all this time.
Hey, is Guten
So-
Morgen a real German like saying to say good morning
Yeah.
or something?
Yes.
It's literally just good morning.
Ah,
Guten
I'm looking
Morgen, Freund.
because I'm looking at the second one, chapter 1.
Mm.
Okay.
I still love that even when you're being friendly, German just sounds upset.
Yeah, like German is a naturally angry language.
Yeah, I mean, it was only, founded by a country of people that, were barbarians.
And went to war. Yeah.
Wait, I just realized, didn't Kiritsugu summon Saber and then go straight to Fuyuki?
Yeah.
Because I just realized in the first chapter, he apparently found Herwold, Harry, after summoning Saber, he went to Britain. So, like,
Wait, what?
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 before the Fifth Grail War. He found him 2 years before the Fifth Grail War, and apparently he summoned Saber before going to Britain.
That's
I can
Why?
see him.
Cannot be
I can
living in
see
a
him
society.
going to Britain to summon Saber because of, the whole King Arthur thing. If that was the intention, but I don't think he intentionally summoned King Arthur.
Yeah, here. He'd already summoned his servant Saber using Arnsburn's coveted relics, which is wrong because they found it for that war. It wasn't theirs.
yeah. They explicitly went out of their way to be like, if we have this, we can't fucking lose. Which,
Yep.
in their defense,
Technically,
they
they're
did
correct.
technically not lose.
Yes. Technically, Saber did in fact win the Holy Grail.
Apparently, several weeks after he summoned Sabri, when he was contacted by the
Sabri.
Mage Association regarding a sealing designation in Surrey. So yeah, like what the fuck? How did he?
Wait.
What?
Wait. Sealing designation. Sorry, is Dumbledore the sealing designation, or is Harry Potter the sealing designation?
No, apparently it's a child molester who kidnapped children to reach immortality.
To rape them
as you do.
for immortality.
What?
I see. So
Yeah.
he was practicing the African voodoo. You think I'm
Listen,
joking? I'm not.
No, I know, but he was just following the old mage's way of not working, grab more children.
Yep. Yep. I see. Well then, so that's information that we could have all have gone to bed without ever learning. But
I actually would have loved to not have ever heard that.
You know what?
Yeah, speaking of going to bed, I'm just gonna go get my pizza.
Yeah,
and,
it's 9/11, which means you guys know what time it is. It's time to leave.
Oh god. Oh fuck. The towers.
I'm
No.
Australian. I don't care about towers. I'm Australian.
Thomas had seen enough. It was time to leave.
Indeed.
Have we ran out of alcohol? That's the only thing
Let's
important
go
to
with
me.
Nope, haven't run out of alcohol yet.
Well, then I'm
Me
still
neither.
good.
Alrighty then. Anyway, so let's say goodbye, everyone, because it's 9 o'clock, which means we got people that want to leave, and I kind of don't want to be here anymore either, for that matter. So we'll see you all next time on
Damn,
Tuesday,
that's all
7
power.
p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because of course there is always more, and it does always get worse.